to be the best Christian artist, the best Christian MC. But it came from a place of really honoring God. I felt music came to me by way of finding my life in Him. I gave myself to Him in 1997, and I felt after that, music was revealed to me. So as a way to honor God, I wanted to be the best artist that I can be and still honor God. So if that was by being a Christian MC, a Christian artist, it was whatever I wanted to do at that point. Mm-hmm. But it was over time I started to understand that God just wanted me to make music from a good place, right, from a real heart place, you know? Mm-hmm. So I evolved from just trying to be like this Christian artist to just being an authentic artist. And that's what the Christopher LeMark experience is, like bringing what I do best and what I know, my story, to the table.
Gotcha. We have a few songs that we're going to play from Christopher LeMark this evening. Let's start with, since you mentioned your album Chasing Forward, let's start with Chasing Forward. Can you tell us a little bit about that song?
Like Chasing Forward was created from a place of desperation. Like I mentioned those losses before. I had so many losses in like a year and a half time. And I knew that I had two choices: to fall by the wayside and give up, or to desperately chase forward. And that's where the song came from. It was like my cry, my desperate cry, like to continue to move despite how painful it is right now. So that is Chasing Forward. You know what I mean? Chasing Forward is a voice of triumph.
All right, well, let's check that out. Here's Chasing Forward by tonight's guest, Christopher LeMark. We'll be right back.
This song is dedicated to, well, you know who you are. Moment to moment, we gotta chase forward. Chasing forward, no excuses, retribution, resolution, it's my hope. So I'm holding on explosion. I'm like a modern day Gatsby. Hold tight, hold fast, can you catch me? Nice. I'm influenced by your team, getting busy, you a queen, so I dream of your esteem. Can we make it part two? Forgive me for my words, they were built in 82. I was trying to be a man, but I had no clue. Just low self-esteem and a wide point of view. With big potential, I was wearing small shoes. Elevate, stimulate, let me cover your waist. It takes a whole lot of faith just to build a bigger plate. No smoking, no game, just a great amount of change. Rearrange, bring it back with a few more stacks. With a bunch of God's love in the yellow knapsack. I've been chasing forward. I've been chasing forward. Don't try to do it on me, man. Go chase forward. I've been chasing forward. I've been chasing forward. Don't try to do it on me, man. Go chase forward. Mama J died in December 1-2, and my real mother died in July. I had you. Bear a soul of a king, so my dream is to achieve. I believe in foreign things, taking trips to overseas. Feel the foreign breeze, loving you is honestly like the best part of me. Can we part the Red Seas? We both imperfect, so it's worth it that we work it. I need you first because you see right through my surface. A woman's worth, you got me cleaning up my dirt. Take the stains out my shirt, let me buy another purse. Let me casually flirt, let me kiss you on your hand. Let's enjoy another dance, we are both a grandstand. A godly romance with a vision for the land. Taking millions over thousands, filling up houses. Power by his power, destined for this hour. God, I love you most because I'm healing in this hour. I've been chasing forward. I've been chasing forward. Don't try to do it on me, man. Go chase forward. I've been chasing forward. I've been chasing forward. Don't try to do it on me, man. Go chase forward. I'm so in love with you. It's so good night with you. I'm so heaven bound, you can put your life in it. Check my state of mind, you signed the dotted line. Running toward the finish line, facing my old times. Hellbound, you a lie, giving up a snap fly. I chase for, fall for when I leap tall. Baby, can I touch it? I mean your heart, do your part. We had a false start. Insignificant, separate, not the consequence. I lost my confidence, that was a part of it. I lost my mojo, go and get it solo. Trying to find Dolo, I don't wanna let go. A boy and a man doing childish things. My supreme God thing, yeah, he made me a king. My view is so beautiful, I think about your valuable. Laugh so sweet, she's my pretty brown piece. I've been chasing forward. I've been chasing forward. Don't try to do it on me, man. Go chase for it. I've been chasing forward. I've been chasing forward. Don't try to do it on me, man. Go chase for it.
I've been chasing forward. Chasing forward, I've been chasing forward, chasing forward.
Yo, go ill or go home. It's your man J Illa, and I'm listening to Support the Dope. And you should be listening to Support the Dope. So turn the radios up and listen to my homegirl, CB, as she supports the dope. CB, what up?
What up, Jay? That's the homie J Illa, one of my favorite DJs. So we are back. You're tuned in to Support the Dope Radio. That was Chasing Forward by tonight's guest, Christopher LeMark. And shout out to Cheyenne, who's featured on that song. Cheyenne has a long history with the Xperience, right?
Yes. Well, actually, way back, Days of Yellow.
Right. Before that even. Yeah. So what's up, Cheyenne? So I kind of really want to go ahead and dive in. I'm assuming that a lot of people tuned in right now are probably the most obvious question, right, is why the Jay-Z tribute? How did that come around?
Oh, boy. Carla,
I mean, besides the fact that people are listening to the show and you probably heard a very uncanny resemblance to Jay's voice as Chris is talking and just like his natural voice. So besides that, tell us a story. Like, I know that people probably approached you for a long time, like, you sound just like Jay. And not always as a good thing, right? Like, some people kind of like, you sound too much like Jay, right? Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, so, well, over the years, I'll go back further. One of my first producers, I would say in 03, 04, literally used to threaten me by shutting down the studio. And he would say to me, if you don't change your voice to sound like your real self, you're not going to record today. I mean, this guy would punish me.
No.
By shutting down the studio, all recording sessions, because he felt I was purposely trying to sound like Jay.
Right.
And it used to hurt my feelings because I'm like, I really love performing, recording, and this guy is shutting down everything I want to do right now. And I would literally go in the studio just so I can have my time, and I would change my voice, and I'd be like, yeah. Trying to change like my voice so I won't get kicked out the studio. But after a while, I just said, this is my voice, and I'm okay with that. Right. And so over the years past that, every time I would perform, it would be a compliment, sort of a compliment. Yeah, I was standing over here on the side of the stage, and I heard this guy on stage who sounded like Jay, and I turned around and I listened, and I was like, wait a minute, that's not Jay, obviously, but I love his story, so you had my attention for the rest of the performance. Mm-hmm. And on one end, it would be, you trying to sound like Jay. Right. Be yourself. Just be yourself. You don't have to use Jay voice, like to get listeners, like to get people to listen to you. And And so over the years, that will always make me feel like uncomfortable because I sincerely wasn't trying to sound like this artist.
Mm-hmm.
And so I never forget I was in the process of recording my album in February 2016. And my buddy Brian, who the owner of the studio.
What's up, Brian?
We were playing pool. Yeah, we were playing pool after one of our sessions. And I was like, I'm burning so much cash trying to put this album together. And, as an artist, as an independent artist, without a deal or no one backing you, you tend to pay all your money trying to build your career.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just frustrated with all the money that I was spending because basically I was paying live musicians to come in and create this project. It wasn't just one producer. It was a whole band and background vocalists, etc. So I said, Brian, I think I should do like the Jay-Z tribute. I said, look, I know how to sound like the guy. I'm a performer. I think it'll work out great, and I can earn some money in the process. And I'll just do one show to commemorate Jay-Z's 20th anniversary of Reasonable Doubt.
Right.
Cool idea.
Right.
Just a cool idea. I had no other plans of anything else, just one show. I'll make a bunch of money. That's what I thought. And I'll take that money and I'll put it towards my studio time. Well, we did the first show on June 28th at the Promontory, and the people loved it. I mean, we had, over 230 some odd people show up the first show, and I didn't even know how to promote this. And show 1 turned into show 2, show 3, and now we are 8 shows in, working on show 9 and 10.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, it just, that wasn't the plan. I don't take any credit for that, other than just having the idea, like, to do one show. But it literally became something bigger than the initial thought. So that was the birth of the Jay-Z tribute.
Yeah, because I know that I heard you perform for the first time. I think it must have been for the Tequila Tales. You were doing your original music. And I remember one of my very first thoughts was, he sounds a lot like Jay. And I admit, at first I was like, is he trying to sound like Jay? Because anybody that knows me, and people tell me all the time, CB, you're so hip hop, or you know so much about hip hop. And I really don't. I mean, I like hip hop as much as I like, R&B and some other jazz, but I am a huge fan of hip hop, and I am a huge fan of Jay-Z. So, I'll get quickly insulted if I feel like, someone is doing something that's, being disrespectful. So at first I was like, who is this guy? So it actually wasn't until the Reasonable Doubt tribute, because we actually had an organization that I'm a part of. It's the 40 Under 40 Young Women's Professional League. We were having our very first quarterly event the same time as the same evening, that is, for the Reasonable Doubt, concert. So I stayed after that to watch the Reasonable Doubt tribute, and I didn't get a chance to talk to you until after the show. So after the show was the first time I was like, okay, he actually sounds like this is his voice. Like he actually sounds this way. And that's when I started to like really get it. I'm like, okay, so he actually can't help that. That's actually, his voice. So yeah. So even then at that point, I was just like, okay, no, I get it. And I think that some people fail to realize, the people that are negative about the tribute anyway, that it is a tribute. Like, you're not trying to bite Jay. You're not trying to, make, insane amounts of, money from doing his catalog, but it is actually a tribute to one of our living legends right now, an icon in hip hop.
Right.
And I think once people
definitely
kind of come to terms with that's an actual celebration and a tribute, and a way to honor someone that's had such an influence on our culture. I think that's when people can kind of put 2 and 2 together and really appreciate it. But the show itself has been doing great. I mean, every show you've had new people in the seats, and it's been spread widespread via just like word of mouth. You and I both promote on social media, but that's it. We don't really have much help, promoting the show. And I think for what we've done so far, I think that it's gone. Like you said, it started out as just a simple idea, to do the first show, and things kind of took off from there. And for people listening that don't know, I came on to help with the show at the second show, so I've been with you along the way from the second.
For a year.
For a year. Kind of tired of it, Chris.
Yeah.
I'm just joking.